Yes, I have tricks in my pocket. I have things up my sleeve, but I am the opposite of a stage magician. He gives you illusion that has the appearance of truth. I give you truth in the pleasant disguise of illusion. I've always loved that quote. I feel like that best describes my life. It best describes me.
The Phantom is coming.
Captain! It's the Phantom!
It's the Phantom.
It's the Phantom!
We were too late. He killed them all.
It's the Phantom. He's going to kill us all.
Captain, he slaughtered them all. He slaughtered every single one of them.
It's the Phantom!
And then he came for us. We tried to fight. And then we tried to run.
It was the Phantom.
Phantom?
There's no escape. He was wearing green.
The man in green!
Eric, the Phantom is coming.
Yeah, I understand. It'll be weird seeing the ranch turned into a museum. All the other uniforms are out there already. The only one waiting is a command uniform. But I gotta let you go. Minard out. Korath.
Minard! This latest act of terrorism by your Federation is beyond redemption.
Korath, slow down. What happened, brother?
What's happened? You ask what's happened. A mutation-causing virus has struck my people, and your Federation has turned a blind eye.
When did this happen?
Some months ago, just after the Praxis moon exploded.
Months? How can that be?
How? You call me brother? Are you not part of my house? How could you allow the Federation to do this?
Korath, I had no idea. And I wouldn't have allowed anything of the sort.
So, you deny all knowledge of this plot? Of this virus? Of the ship? You're saying that your Federation has kept its secrets from you?
What is this virus?
Days before the Praxis moon disaster, Klingon miners found a derelict Federation cargo vessel adrift in the neutral zone.
What was the ship's name?
The USS Carson. They claimed it as salvaged and towed it to the Praxis for storage. But the only cargo they found was the virus, which is now killing us, changing us, forcing us all to isolate ourselves from one another, lest we continue to spread it.
This was done on purpose?
Yes, and your Guestin Federation has ignored our plight, arousing even more suspicion.
I can assure you I know nothing of this, but I will get to the bottom of it. As your brother, you have my word.
My people are proud, courageous, and stubborn, but honest in spirit. We deserve better than to be tested on and left to dishonor. If we are to die, we must die on our feet as warriors, not in our beds, weak and helpless and sick.
No, they need help. This is the time for leadership, not a power hold.
And to be abandoned on the border, treated like animals, put in cages, they have no right.
No. No, they don't.
Very well. I will take my people and go into isolation. But Minard, please, help those who are left at the border.
Where will you go?
Well, there's a system. I don't know if you Earthers would know it, but to us, it is the Manjul.
I'll contact you once I have some answers.
We saved each other once, Eric. A lifetime ago. My loyalty is to my house, as your loyalty is. Save the excuses for the wind.
I am House of Korath. Never doubt that.
Doubts? I'm full of them. But not about you, old friend.
I'll find you again. Just stay safe. Korath. Not everyone in the Federation is this way.
Compla.
Kapla. Computer. Find me all information on the USS Carson.
I appreciate your faith in me to oversee this project.
Mr. Lee, there's no one I trust more for it. It'll take decades to even get her functioning again.
Yeah. I had hoped she'd have gotten a refit, but I guess being turned into a museum ship is the next best thing.
People have to remember this class. It's important. But I'll leave you to it. I have another call to make.
Understood, Admiral.
Computer. Access USS Antilles log. Captain Holt Allen entries only. Keywords Klingon. Praxis. Border. Begin search.
Working. Personal log. There is strong evidence regarding an incident on the Klingon moon of Praxis. They don't have the regulations needed, and a crisis has occurred. Starfleet is supposed to help since the Organian Treaty, but I'm not sure. This negligence seems a little too precise for me. I met a grumpy old Klingon named Korath. Seems he's as fed up as I am. Too many things not adding up. But what can you do? No word from Starfleet on what we're going to do with the Klingons on the border. These aren't bad people. Just people with no home. Aren't we supposed to help? The Organian peace treaty we just signed says to help, and yet I'm told not to at almost every turn. People are sick. People are dying. And being forced to turn a blind eye? The double standard of the treaty we signed? How will we ever have an everlasting peace if there's no trust? After my run-in with Admiral Funk, I contacted Minard. He's the only one with genuine concern regarding this situation, and is interested to discuss this with me. Although he seems to be in the dark about as much as I am. If we're turning away families, children, to die, what does that say about us? How will history judge us?
Computer. Get Admiral Ramses.
Eric!
Terry.
Business or pleasure?
Ah, you know me. I'm always working.
Well, what are we working on?
This Klingon situation at the border.
That is above my pay grade.
That's your official stance?
That's my official stance.
Terry, you do know something is wrong here, right?
It's not how I would personally handle it, but it's not my call.
We're the chain of command of one of the superpowers of the quadrant. Who else makes those calls?
I think if we give this time, people will see this should pass.
And it won't be needed to be done this way.
And how many die until that happens? How many suffer because of us waiting?
I know.
But believe me when I say my hands
are tied.
Well then, Admiral. Direct me to whose hands are free, and I'll discuss it with them.
Ramses out.
Admiral Minard.
Admiral Legura, what can I do for you?
Rumor has it you've been asking around the bin. A few things that are suspect. You need to stop.
I'm not sure what you mean.
I think you do, Eric. You've been using your position to look into things that you have no business looking into.
Isn't that the mission of Starfleet? To explore the unknown? Whatever that unknown is?
Asking about the Klingons' situation on the border is not your jurisdiction.
What we're doing to those people. Children. Out of what? Fear?
Starfleet's mission is not to start a war. When both sides declare war, both sides are to blame.
Please put that in context for me.
Admiral Funk held a meeting with the top brass, alerted them of your investigations. It was decided you could not be trusted to be in such a position any longer.
You're firing me.
You are being restricted back to a rank where you can't pry into things you don't need to.
How does this not scream conspiracy?
Questions like that are why this has to be done, Captain.
What we are doing to the Klingons is not something that a civilization does that has moral integrity. It certainly doesn't reflect a government with a conscience. The Federation sets up camps that hides children much longer than is legally allowed, and separates the families. And now, we're deporting dying kids that are here legally. But not only that, we're changing their status quo. This is inhumane, and no Federation official is being held responsible. This is not moral leadership. We are losing the Federation. We need to get angry. We need to rise up. We need to make noise for those who can't. Because, Admiral, it is bad out there. And I don't recognize the Federation anymore.
You have 2 days to clear your office. Your access will be revoked by the end of this communication.
So that's it.
Enjoy the R&R until your next posting is decided. I hear your ranch is lovely this time of year. I wish I had answers, my friend, but I don't. Not good ones. So go home, rest up, and know that I'm sorry.
Minard out.
I see you!
Computer. Open a channel to the USS Valiant. Captain Bishop. Actually, play that. I wonder if you'd even recognize the Federation. Computer. Open the channel to Admiral Purcell.
Eric, I heard about your demotion.
Word spreads that quickly, huh?
People love to gossip.
True. So the reason I'm calling is, do you still keep in contact with the Dominion?
Of course. Stephen's just actually been promoted to Don's first officer, and I have to say, I really do miss the team.
Well, since my demotion, I no longer have access to as much intel as I used to.
And for you, that has to be driving you nuts.
You see why I called.
What do you want to know, Eric?
The situation on the Klingon border. Is it like I've heard?
Well, everyone's scared, panicked, and on lockdown. Our colony seems to be one threat away from escalation most of the time.
And the Klingons?
Well, they're Klingons. I'm not sure there's much else to tell.
Things haven't smoothed over since the treaty?
Well, you know those things sometimes take time.
And the aid we promised the Klingons.
It's something I supported, you know. And again, these things take time, Eric.
Jason, are you aware of how many people are without planetary support on planets in need?
Starfleet's doing all that they can at the moment.
You and I both know that isn't true. They deserve better.
Eric, I think you lost sight that we were at war. So Federation citizens are always going to take priority.
I haven't lost sight of anything but this. This is wrong. What happened to the Starfleet that we served together in?
Eric, there's no need to get upset.
There's every reason to get upset.
Eric, you're still obviously upset over this demotion. You know I'm always here for you if you need me. But I really think you need to take some distance from this. Rousseau out.
Sparrow to Big Bird. Sparrow to Big Bird. Come in, Big Bird. Can you read me? What do you read, anyway? Gaming magazines? Comic books? Sleazy romance novels?
I read you loud and clear, little Sparrow.
Well, I've been following Jason's trail since the Praxis incident, and he's safe. So there's that. But I guess you didn't get the memo. It's just Sparrow now. I haven't been little in about 20 years.
Good. Follow up on Martynas. It would be disappointing if he was hurt.
You know, you could just man up and talk to him yourself. All of this brooding's gonna make the rest of your hair fall out.
I'll talk to him when I'm ready.
By that time, you'll just have your nose hairs.
Just keep tabs and make sure he doesn't need me.
Or maybe just that gross ear hair.
Will you stay on topic?
So, Andrew had a few maps that were added to the chart for Melbourne.
Anything promising?
Yes and no.
Do tell.
Well, he got the maps, which were good. That's charted territory now.
The bad?
He lost both of his antennae in the process.
What?
So the nickname Butterfly is a bit morbid. Maybe just call him Bee-Fly. No, that's a little disco.
Anything else?
Yes, I found a piggyback signal on your Starfleet link system. It's been linked to the CONSTAR, the Melbourne, and the Carson.
What signal? Where does it lead to?
That is way above my pay grade, Big Bird.
All right. Send it my way. I'll look into it.
Okie dokie.
Computer. Transfer my home system.
Working.
Computer. Begin link up.
Minard,
Care to explain why you're piggybacking on this channel and how the hell you have a temporal frequency?
I think you already suspect, Captain. Or is it Admiral still?
Explain yourself.
That would be breaking the rules, Captain. And I'm a big follower of rules.
The signal was found hidden in a transmission in the Carson 20 years ago. Yet there was no receiver. This was sent to Captain Stapleton.
That sounds right.
Another temporal message was picked up by the Melbourne. We know this from a shuttlecraft that was carrying Ensign Watson. The temporal readings from that planet is unlike anything I've ever seen before.
That's a fair assessment. And a thread that was tied up by any means.
This same signal was also embedded in the CONSTAR's order to the Vista, right before she was crippled.
I recall.
So who are you? And why do you keep popping up wherever there's tragedy?
From your perspective, things are still up in the air. From my perspective, we have both gone through it. And there's a lot on the line.
What's on the line?
I know what your journey is. Your destination. And beyond.
There was a boy. Right after I served with Captain Pike. He claimed to be from the future. From the Gamma Quadrant. He spoke of an android. Do you know about this?
I can't discuss Albert Stapleton.
He was classified by Starfleet. The only ones who knew his name were Duncan and Cade. But they were killed on the Carson with Captain Stapleton. You are from the future.
I'm protecting the past.
I can't accept that.
In time, Eric. In time. The pieces were always there, but no one was looking.
Let's see playback. Valhalla Stone. Circa 2273. And go.
To whom it may concern, if you're receiving this message, you have in your presence a rare item, quadlithium. It's an item that can bring the Federation to its knees.
Seems so long
A
ago.
great source of power. Now, I've already lost someone because of this. I don't want you to lose someone too. Keep it safe.
I never thought I'd have to sing this. It's full circle, I guess.
Godspeed.
Show me the CONSTAR trip to Arbor.
Oh, that was perfect for that comment.
I tried to find you guys. What do I do now?
So, Eric, I heard the Admiral decided.
I'm here, and what do I do? I have these convictions, and no one seems to care.
Oh, I wouldn't say that's true.
What do you want to happen, Eric?
I don't know if this is the darkness that the Valhalla Stone showed me all those years ago, or not. A great war. But I want to stop it.
I hope you can. For your sake.
For my sake.
Obsession is a powerful thing.
You and I aren't all that different, Eric.
How?
We both want to help everyone we can.
Protect as many lives as we can.
But if we put all of that on our shoulders, we risk breaking from its weight.
I don't understand. Everyone is acting as if I'm out of line. As if I'm crossing boundaries. But all of this is wrong.
No, I certainly don't think you're wrong.
You think I'm becoming obsessed.
Emily died over 20 years ago. That was a defining moment for you.
And you've never stopped blaming yourself.
She was only on the Valiant because of me. She died because of me.
She chose her own fate, Eric.
But you just can't let yourself believe that.
And Martynas.
What about him?
He almost died on Praxis.
Are you really okay leaving things so harsh between you two?
Sometimes it's life. I didn't know he needed me.
But he does. You can't punish yourself for past mistakes, Eric. And you can't punish others for mistakes that aren't theirs.
He screwed up when he killed... when he was controlled by the Phantom.
Then help him be the best version of himself he can be.
I guess it's time to stop punishing him for his past with silence, distance.
Yes, Eric, let it go.
I don't know what my problem is.
Your problem is not just dwelling on the past, but fearing the future. It keeps you in limbo.
I guess it's hard believing in a positive future with all of these negative things going on.
That all depends on you, doesn't it?
You always had so much faith in me.
Well, you've earned that faith. So what do you think your options are here?
I can either take everything that's happened to me, go back to work, or resign.
Well, that's why you came to me, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Well, Eric, there's a third option. That might be just what you need in all this chaos. And maybe give you a little perspective.
Computer. Send a coded message to Jason Martinez. Hey, brother. It's been too long, but I'm taking a sabbatical, and I'm not exactly sure how long I'll be gone. It might be good to see a friendly face from time to time while I'm out there. You're my brother, Jason. And we all have a past. Don't let yours define you. I'll see you out there. Computer. Begin transmission to Freya Connor. Begin. Sparrow. My little sparrow. Cynthia Bard. You've been like a daughter to me. And watching you and Andrew grow up together, it's been a blessing. But now there's something that I have to do on my own. Everyone that's sacrificed themselves for my life, I have to put everything right. Not for myself, but for them. I'm leaving you a box. There's a recorded message. I hope you'll never have to record one of your own. If you have to use the quad lithium, listen to it. It'll explain everything. I'll return for it one day. The burden is too big for one person. So I promise you, as your big bird, I'll be back. Just stay out of trouble. And the network is yours now. Take care of it. Minard out.
Well, pizza rolls look delicious right about now.
Jack, I knew you were on vacation. I didn't want to interrupt you.
It's okay. Some things are worth putting on hold.
I've been debating whether or not to even bug you about all this.
Well, Word through the grapevine travels faster than warp speed.
I bet. So I take it you heard what happened.
Yes. I can speak from experience that life in Starfleet does get tiring. The drama of everything can take its toll on a person, but sometimes it's just best to do you for a bit.
That's where I'm at, but I wanted to say before I left, thank you. If you hadn't pushed me into this life, I wouldn't have done any of this. My life would have ended up very different if you hadn't reached out to me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
I've always believed that you should promote what you love instead of bashing what you hate. I've always felt like you understood that.
Not all the time, but I'm trying.
You know, I think about all those times we served on the Valiant. All that drama. All that time wasted on things that really didn't matter. And then I think about what you've done, what you've accomplished. How you forged ahead and made a way. And shown to a lot of people that all those petty differences aren't important. But what is important is having a heart. And staying true to that heart. Moving ahead. And showing people that you've got what it takes to keep all this together. I'm proud of you, Eric. Proud, very proud. And even more than that, I'm very proud to call you my friend.
Honestly. Thank you.
Well, Minard, promise me one thing. Follow this one rule.
Okay.
In a world where you can be anything, be kind.
I give you my word, Captain.
Godspeed, Eric. But don't be surprised if you see me out there in the unknown. Okay?
Minard and Bishop on the Valiant together again. I like the sound of that.
Good. Be safe, my friend.
Be good. Roy.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I think I am. Everything good to go?
It's my last shuttle, so take care of it.
Please?
You're giving me the Muller?
I've given her something called the Mirage Effect.
That'll switch between the look of the current shuttle and the older ones.
That's so weird.
Weird, but helpful.
Look, Roy. I'm not always around, but I want you to know that.
Hey, we're Starfleet.
And that's what we do.
I suppose that's true.
Oh, before I let you go.
The computer can get a little...
chatty.
Chatty?
You'll see. Take care, my friend. Morse, out.
As a people, we will have to answer for what we did in this lifetime. There has been a word that has robbed me of my ability to sleep for such a long time. Almost.
Is it just me, or are these new uniforms a little drafty?
My wife almost lived. My son was almost rescued. The Millborn was almost found. The CONSTAR crew was almost saved.
What have I done?
I was almost good enough. But almost is never enough. Minard Lee.
Hey, Eric. Have you looked over everything I sent about what we're doing to the Klingons?
Yes, I have. And honestly, that scares the hell out of me.
It really paints Starfleet in a different light, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, what happens now?
Well, are you ready to take over the ranch?
You sure you're ready to give it up?
If I'm honest with myself, I need to give up everything.
Are you sure leaving is the answer, Admiral?
It's Eric now. Hold the fort down till I get back.
How long will that be?
When I've done some good out there. When Starfleet feels like home again. When the next generation is ready to step up.
Call if you need.
I won't be calling again. Once I step out that door, I'm not coming back. Take care of everything. Like you always have, my friend. Minard out. Computer. That's Starport Orchard?
The station registers as Starport Orchard.
Wow. Things have really changed, huh?
You bet they have.
Open a channel.
Affirmative.
This is Commander Ruthlip of Starport Orchard. How did you get here?
Dodging scanners. A little trick I picked up from the Roachback.
The what?
Long story, Commander. The last time I was here, this was the furthest station from Federation space.
Not by a long shot.
It's been a while.
And you are?
I'm Erick Minard. Captain Erick Minard. And the Federation's in danger.
I'm not wearing pants!